CM 365, all about Carnatic music.
We all know that Tyagaraja was a brilliant composer who has explored so many already established ragas in his own imitable way. He has also created many ragas for us, that is new ragas, through his imagination, and he has given us such beautiful compositions in all these ragas. But there have been several compositions which were composed due to particular occasions happening in his life, where because of the happening of that particular instance, he was so inspired and he burst into a beautiful composition. And in this, today we'll be discussing about the composition Bhavanuta, which was also a beautiful composition which came through Tyagaraja because of a happening in his life. Now we all know that Tyagaraja actually survived, or he lived through Unjavritti, that is taking bhiksha from different places, different houses, and with that only he used to actually have his food every day. And one day, due to some unhappy circumstances at home, he could not go to Unjavritti, and so he and his wife actually had to remain hungry, and in the process of this Unjavritti also we see that Tyagaraja only collected, or he gathered that much of rice and other things which was required for a particular day. So there was no question of actually accumulating some for tomorrow or something like that. So ultimately what happened is that both he and his wife had nothing to eat that day and they were hungry. At night, what happened, about 10 p.m. Suddenly somebody, actually one old man, a wife and one servant of theirs, they came to Tiruvayara and they were searching for the house of Tyagaraja. Finally they came to Tyagaraja's house and knocked at his door, and seeing them, Tyagaraja was absolutely so sad, in the sense that he had such guests at home at so late at night, but he had nothing to offer them because there was no food at home. But this old man convinced him and pacified him and told Tyagaraja that there is nothing to worry because he had enough provisions with him, he had brought along with him, and also he had a servant who could cook the meal for them. So the servant took all the material, that is food material. He went to the backside of the house of Tyagaraja. He cooked up a nice dinner, and Tyagaraja, along with this old man, his wife, he had a nice dinner prepared by the servant. After this meal was over, this old couple, actually they blessed Tyagaraja and they just left. Immediately after they left, Tyagaraja went in search for them, but he could find them nowhere. He inquired of the people there also, who were sitting late at night outside, whether they had seen this old man with his wife, but all of them said they have not seen anybody at all. It was then that it dawned to Tyagaraja that this old man, wife and servant who had come to his house were none other than Lord Rama, goddess Sita, and the servant was none other than Hanuman. He was absolutely overwhelmed with happiness and was in a state of ecstasy, I would say, that Lord Rama had come visiting to his house, and he also got to eat dinner with him. What a blessing. It's absolutely unimaginable for mortals like us. Of course, Tyagaraja was a different kind of a Vagekara, different kind of a saint who had the complete blessings of Lord Rama. And to mark this occasion, immediately he was so filled with emotion that he burst into this song. Bhavanuta naridayamo naramim pomo Bhavanuta naridayamo naramim pomo badali kadi ira Bhavanuta naridayamo naramim, where this line means that, O Lord, relax and repose in my heart to overcome your fatigue. Then in the Anupallavi, Bhavataragana to bagu balkina badali kadi Kamala Sambhavanuta Narada Yamuna Ramim Pumu, which means, O Lord, who carries us across the ocean of worldly existence, repose in my heart to overcome the fatigue. You have been talking to me for a long time. You were conversing with me the whole night. You must be really very, very tired. So please try to repose in my heart. And finally, in the charanam, there are 3 charanams. The last one says, Prabala jesi nanu broche vanu kone badali kadi ira Prabhu nivu tyaga rajuniki badali kadi ira Bhavanuta Narada Yamunaramim Pumo Badali Kadi Ira Bhavanuta Narada Yamunaramim Pumo. So here in the Charanam he says, Prabala Jesi Nannu, where he says, you protected me by making me famous, and you are the only one, you are the only Lord of Tyagaraja, there is nobody else for me except you, and repose in my heart, relax because you must be totally fatigued. So this is, actually there are many such compositions we come to know of, where Tyagaraja composed compositions on the spur of the moment due to certain occasions, and this is one such beautiful composition, which a treasure that has been given to us because of this particular instance that happened in his life.
CM 365, all about Carnatic music.